Ladies, welcome to the Feminine Mystery. My name is Azalea Dawn, and on my channel I talk about femininity, elegance, and leveling up to attract the right masculine provider for you. So if any of that content sounds interesting to you, please check out other videos on my channel and feel free to subscribe if you like it. Today's video is all about low-key luxury handbags. If you know, you know. And part of the reason that I wanted to touch on this topic is that, during your feminine level up, you might want to invest in a luxury bag, but you might feel held back by the fact that you don't necessarily want other people in your life to know that you spent X amount of money on a handbag. You don't want somebody who is, just somebody maybe you work with or somebody who's maybe a casual friend to be like, oh, how could you spend like $5,000, $6,000 on a handbag? Do you know like what else I could pay for, etc., etc.? But you still want to enjoy handbags from mainstream luxury brands. So I thought I would fill in the gap with some recommendations from very common, very high-end luxury brands, but bags that people don't really know about unless they really know fashion. So if that sounds right for you, then please stick around for the rest of this video and let's get started. So my first recommendation is the Chanel 255 bag, also called the Chanel reissue. Now the reason that it's colloquially called the reissue is because this is actually the original Chanel bag designed by Gabrielle Chanel, right? Coco Gabrielle Chanel. She literally designed this bag way back in 1955, and a legend has it that Karl Lagerfeld actually found one of these original bags pressed down under like a box of old envelopes or something like that, and that's why the bag is done in this crinkled distressed leather. But the original chain, the original concept of the turn lock, all of those original elements of the bag are still preserved in this. This is one of Chanel's highest end bags, and it's very uncommon that people actually know that this is a Chanel bag. It is seen among people in high-end fashion as the statement that you make when you are the epitome of class. You are somebody who you have very old money. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to consort with anybody who does not respect the heritage of a brand or who might challenge something and say like, oh, why would you spend all of that money on something that looks crinkled, distressed, and old, right? This is a very confident, a very self-assured, very old money, and incredibly subtle bag. And I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on it because there are some great prices in the pre-loved market for this bag. Now, moving on to the next fashion house here, we have Dior, and we're going to talk about the Dior Bobby bag. Now, the Dior Bobby bag is one of the more recent smash hits under Dior's new female creative director, and I definitely think that this is a great bag that's very versatile and great for every day. You can wear this on your shoulder, you can wear it crossbody. It's very versatile, and the craftsmanship is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It comes in all sorts of beautiful neutral colors and a little pops of colors as well. So if you're looking for something that might be like a little bit of fun, maybe you're in your 20s, you don't have kids or anything yet, you don't really have to carry a lot around with you every day, and you want something that is high-end, that's fashionable, that's going to give you the craftsmanship and the quality of Dior without, like making it a very in-your-face statement that this is a Dior bag, then this is a great bag for you because people are not going to necessarily know that this is Dior, right, unless they actually shop at Dior. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. In that same theme, right, because we're going to talk about the next bag here, the Dior Caro bag. Now this one has the same CD logo going on, and you might think, oh, why is this in a low-key luxury bag video if it has that big logo right there? Well, because people don't really know that that logo stands for Christian Dior. They think that that's just, like gold hardware in a bag, like it's an O or a pill or something. So if you're looking for a comfortable bag that's very similar to a Chanel in the feel of how it is that it wears, right, crossbody, it's just very easy to wear, I definitely recommend the Dior Caro. And I would also comment that there was a big influencer push behind the Dior Caro bag, but it was not very successful. So you don't really have to worry about seeing people like rappers or influencers wearing this bag. Now, it would be an absolute, like, it would just be absolutely impossible to do a low-key luxury video without talking about Celine. Celine is the epitome of low-key luxury, in my opinion. Celine, you recognize the bag instantly by the shape, by the silhouette, by the leather, by the craftsmanship, but never by the bag itself. So there are definitely several bags from Celine that you could get depending on like what you're necessarily looking for in a bag. For example, the Celine belt bag is a great option. The Celine Phantom tote, even though that was huge in 2016, 2017, there are definitely a lot of loyal people who still wear this bag, like very like true OGs that are still wearing it. And there are also some great prices to be had in the secondhand market because those bags were so oversaturated that now they're just like, supply and demand. Like they are a very like affordable bag for you to start with if you're looking for a big luxury tote. I would also recommend something like the Celine Triumph bag. I am just pronouncing that how I pronounce it, but you can see that on celebrities like Lady Gaga, like Angelina Jolie. It's a very subtle, very classy bag. In addition, I would say that the Celine, I think that this might be the Celine 16 bag as well that I'm showing here. I forget the names of these bags, but it just goes to show that again, these bags are so subtle, so low key. You really only recognize them if you are a patron of Celine and you like that craftsmanship, you like that quality. Celine is just a great place to go regardless of what kind of bag you're looking for, whether that's crossbody or a big spacious tote or a ladylike everyday bag. Whatever you're looking for, Celine is definitely a great option in my opinion. Now, next up, I wanted to make some recommendations from the brand Valentino. Now, this is the rock stud shoulder bag, as well as I'm going to show the rock stud top handle. And I think that this is a great option for those of you who want something that's subtle, that's low key, that people aren't going to know how much it costs, but that's not boring, right? You want something that is exciting, that it's fun, that it has, all of this blingy hardware, like you want it to be like a bit ostentatious, but not necessarily for people to know that it's a bag that costs thousands of dollars, if you know what I mean. You just want to look nice with your bag sometimes, and I think that this is a great way to do that. Now, people who follow the high fashion, who follow Valentino, they're instantly going to know that this bag is Valentino. It's very obvious. They're known for the rock studs. But people who are just, like regular everyday people who are not into high-end fashion, they're not going to know what this bag is. They're not going to know if you got this at TJ Maxx, at Ross, or what is going on there. It's just going to be a fun bag, and they have a lot of, like exciting bright colors. They also have a lot of beautiful neutrals. So the Valentino rock stud bags, both the shoulder and the top handle, are bags that I would definitely recommend if you're looking for something a bit edgier, a bit more fun, a bit more exciting, but not something that has like a price tag that's so in your face. Now, Saint Laurent Sac de Jour is a bag that I have definitely touched on in previous videos. It's a very common recommendation for bags to start your level up journey with because it's both a very affordable bag relative to luxury bags. It's something that occupies a bit of a lower price point, but functionally it's very similar to the Birkin. And this is definitely a very well-respected bag in the realm of high-end fashion, but it's also a bag that is quite subtle. Again, you don't really have like recognizable logos. There's just something really small that says Saint Laurent, and a lot of people are not going to be able to read that. I don't know what that is, don't know anything about that. So let's say like if you are dead set on wearing a luxury bag to your office or something like that, this is the one that I would personally choose for that, although I wouldn't recommend wearing a luxury bag to work. But if you were going to, this would be a great way to do that. It's very subtle, it's not in your face, it's very classy, very structured, and also very functional, right? So I would definitely recommend this as like your first luxury bag if you're looking to get started with something low-key but also like super useful. Next up, we have the House of Gucci. Now, Gucci is not known for being subtle, for being tasteful, for being classy. It's not known for any of those things, but that doesn't mean that they don't have those options, right? So the bags that I'm showing here are no logos, no GG, no anything, right? This is just the classic horsebit bag. This is a Gucci Messenger or Gucci crossbody bag. I'm not quite sure of the name. I'm sure I'll be showing it on the screen, but I have not seen this before, but you could instantly tell it was Gucci if you were somebody who follows high-end fashion because you would recognize the horse bit. This bag, the Gucci Jackie, on the other hand, I definitely recognize it's one of Gucci's main bags right now, but it's also a very tasteful, very, stylish bag that has that sort of like vintage feel to it, but it also doesn't have any of those name brands or monograms, logos, anything like that. This is a very tasteful bag that you can wear to really any occasion. Nobody besides people who are die-hard high fashion Gucci fanatics are going to know that this is the Gucci Jackie bag. Now, for those of you who are really looking to flex your fashion muscles, who are looking to demonstrate that you are in the know, if you want to have that cool girl aesthetic, that trendy, latest fashion, cutting edge, exotic, I know what the best of the best is in terms of subtle and classy. Bottega Veneta is really it. Bottega is that brand, it's that girl. It is really the epitome of subtle luxury. Bottega is really known for, especially during like the 90s and 2000s, they used to have this motto that was something along the lines of when your own name is enough. Bottega has never done brand names, done logos, or any sort of monogram. They are not about that. They are about craftsmanship. They're about luxury. They're about subtlety. They are about, all of those things that really make something very desirable for the ultra wealthy and discreet. So if you really want to show that you have really good taste to somebody who is really discerning and you have the money to spend, I would definitely recommend Bottega bags. One that I'm showing here is the messenger style bag that has a lot of dupes on Amazon. I believe it might be called the padded cassette bag. But the other, the woven tote, of course, it has a very heavy price tag. There's a lot of craftsmanship in that bag with the woven leather, the intricately woven leather that adds to the cost. But ultimately, I have to say it is one of those bags that if you were in the high society of Manhattan, this is the kind of thing that I would expect to see on you. If you know, you know. This is the epitome of that. Now, this would not be a luxury video without touching on Hermes, but the last thing I would ever do is tell you to go out and buy a Birkin. Honestly, no. Beyonce said to put them away, and she meant what she said, girls. Put them away. So, we're going to be talking about things that are a bit classier than Birkins are right about now. I'm sure Birkins are, a great bag. Love them, but they're kind of they're oversaturated. A great option is the Hermes 2424. That is a very modern bag, a very stylish, a very updated bag from Hermes. It has a lot of those modern elements that other bags in their line were missing, like a crossbody strap that is long enough to actually wear a crossbody, like a back pocket for your cell phone, like locking in the front with a simpler mechanism so that you can open and close it without taking it off. A lot of those like lifestyle, like quality improvements were made to the 2424 bag, and it's still massively undersaturated. You might see it on some Real Housewives or something like that, but most people don't know about the 2424. The other bag that I would recommend from Hermes is the Picotin. The Picotin is a Dubai rich housewife type of bag. It is a my husband owns a diamond mine in Kenya type of bag. It's the epitome of subtle luxury. It's this very simple little structureless bucket bag, but it is so chic when worn. It comes in a ton of different sizes. You will see this bag a lot on women in like Dubai and Monaco, especially women who are married to very wealthy men and who are discreet about that. So those are my recommendations from Hermes. And with that, ladies, that brings us to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a like and a thumbs up to help it reach more like-minded women. And if you're interested in other things regarding leveling up and femininity, please check out the other videos on my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye.